still alive. You're so worried. Yeah, I haven't been up here in a while.
Working out some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if we're back yet or not. I'm not seeing the stream come up.
I'm monitoring on my end, hang on. You're up. You're good.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, race fans. Sorry about that. Something happened with YouTube. YouTube literally cut us off for whatever reason, we don't know, but we're back live 12 laps into the race now. We've got all right, there we go. Sorry, setting everything back up. Sorry for the inconvenience there. We've got the number 91 of Christian Converse out in front. Here comes the rowdy Travis Browder to the inside. Going to give the number 91 a challenge here. Going into turn 1 and 2. Browder with the inside line. Usually that's preferable, but the 91 gets a good run off the corner.
Yeah, hopefully Thaxton can kind of push Browder up so Browder can get that run.
Browder gets a good run off of turn 4. That's going to go ahead and send him clear of the 91, but now he's got the 12 down low that he's got to deal with. 18 goes real high, tries to cut back down. Doesn't get quite the run that he wants. Side by side with the 91. Got a great battle for second while Josh Thaxton is now up in front as we go back a little further. Oh, I'm sorry. Our leader is Cameron Hearn. Okay, while that whole thing was going on, I didn't realize that Cameron Hearn is kind of checked out. We need to change the camera angle here to give you guys a better view of the distant relationship. He's got about a half a straightaway on second place. So my overlay was correct. Thanks, John. Sorry about that. YouTube cut us off. It was not a failure on my end. The stream was running the whole time. We had to create a new key, and we are back watching Cameron Hearn with the lead of about 1.9 seconds over Josh Thaxton as we look back at Josh Thaxton.
Looks like Josh Thaxton is starting to check out as well. The 91 and the 18 are they're not too far back, but they're pretty much the only ones that are going to be battling it out right now.
As we look at that battle, we'll go ahead and kind of look through the field a little more here. We'll take a look at Michael Jeans and Anthony Giuliano. They're running within a car length or so of each other, dragging along number 15 of Peyton Johnson. You fall back about a second or so, and you've got Dylan Gonis and Andrew Fezenden. Right behind that, Joseph Murata, Brandon Hill, John Flamion, Brandon Murray, Leonard Frost, and Aaron Hearn. And you got Corey Tuggle, Brian Howell, Craig Goodenough, and Craig Sassamon. That takes us through the field as we head back up front. That gap is starting to shrink a little bit. If you look up on the ticker there, Thaxton's knocked it down about 0.2 of a second. But Cameron Hearn fast out of the gates, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much took off. Unfortunately, we can't see exactly what happened that helped, that made him completely leave the rest of the field. But yeah, he's definitely starting to check out. Thaxton is getting up there as well. The field's really starting to spread out quite a bit. The only cars that I see that are starting to get kind of close, you've got the 27 of Dylan Gones and Andrew Fesden starting to battle it out for 7th. Andrew on the inside of Dylan trying to get that run on him, and he clears him. So now you got Andrew Fesden up into the 7th position.
Something strange there. Something must have happened with Anthony Giuliano. He was up there with Michael Jeans. Michael Jeans not really, I mean, it's not a great distance in front, but he is a little bit further in front. I wonder if the 8 and the 17 got together, because the 15 is now in front of them as well. I'm not sure. Was the 15 in front just a few laps ago, or what? I can't even remember.
That's okay. Peyton was actually behind Giuliano and Jeans, but something must have happened for him to be able to pass them, because he was actually behind both of them.
All right, as we watch the 15 and the 08 running down, clicking off some laps. We're almost a quarter of the way. As we go back up front, take a look at it. Your leader, the 08 of Cameron Hearn. Cameron Hearn turning the fastest lap on lap number 3. Josh Thaxton continuing to close. Not quickly, but he is closing another 2/10 off of the lead that Cameron had. Christian Converse not going to let Thaxton get away. He's trying to stay in tow there.
You got the number 5 of Joseph Murata that just got around Dylan Gones, so now that moves him up into the 9th position. And going further towards the back, it looks like the number 13 of Brandon Murray, he has some back end damage. He has some damage on the back of his car. So I'm wondering if there was possibly some type of caution that might have happened while we were unfortunately having technical difficulties, because he does have damage on the back.
No, there definitely was not a caution. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but there was definitely not a caution. I was watching for that, but there was no caution. Brandon's got a little bit of front end damage too, so there might have been some contact, or he might have gotten into someone got into the back of him and kind of just set it all in motion.
Oh, he has the number 10 of Aaron Hearn coming in on the inside of Murray. See if he can clear him. And Aaron Hearn does get clear. Aaron Hearn also has damage on the back end of him as well, so he could have also been in that altercation with Murray as well.
I would be curious, but nevertheless, back towards the front, we look at Josh Thaxton, still showing the way here. He's got a 1.2 second lead.
Yeah, Thaxton has closed in that gap between him and Aaron Hearn a little bit more than what it was before. I believe before that it was like a 1.4 seconds behind, but now it's right at 1 second. So he's slowly getting up there.
Take a look back here at Michael Jeans. Michael Jeans, I think he got into trouble. Got it, him and Giuliano must have touched or something. He has gotten back by the number 15, Fessenden, hot on his heels, though. Fessenden coming up from further back in the field, starting to put a little bit of, I wouldn't really call it pressure, but he's starting to climb towards the back of that number 19 car. Travis Browder still in 4th position. However, he has dropped to 4.6 seconds behind the leader.
Right. Andrew Feston has definitely worked his way through the field because he started in 11th and he's currently in the 6th position. So I mean, he's gone up 5 positions since the race started.
As we jump on board with the 2nd place car of Josh Thaxton heading down the front stretch, he can see the back of the 08 much clearer now. He has closed that gap down to about 3/4 of a second, just over 3/4 of a second. So he's been gaining on him slowly. The question will be, can he get to him before they have to stop for their pit stops?
With Thaxton, I'd say he probably can. Thaxton's a very technical person. I mean, you know, that's what he's known for, especially when it comes to his pit strategies. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up getting closer to Cameron Hearn soon before they have to actually pit.
You can definitely see it that he is closing in on him. It's just a little bit, but he is definitely closing it in.
Definitely, he has he's currently at a 0.6 of the second, so he's definitely closing that gap. But something must have happened with Browder because now he's a lot further back now. I mean, he was at about 4 seconds behind, and now he's at 5.8 seconds behind. So I'm wondering if he's having some issues, his tire fall off or something, but he's slowly falling back through the field.
As we watch Travis Browder make his way around, I gotta imagine that Travis is struggling right now. His last lap. See if the driver bar shows his last lap or not. Does not show his last lap. His last lap was a 33.174. The leaders are still running in the 32 seconds. So about to be a battle up front here, though.
Thaxton is pretty much trying to follow the same line as Hearn, and right now, I mean, he's at 0.3 seconds behind, so he's definitely closing the gap.
Gotta be thinking they gotta be coming up on pit stops here.
They're currently on lap 37, and like we mentioned earlier, they're at 70% fuel. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to start thinking about, what their pit strategy is gonna be when they're gonna start pitting, because they should start pitting pretty soon.
I would think so. I can't see. Maybe the 70%. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's been so long since I've run here. I don't remember.
Well, Cameron Hearn just came down, so they must be getting really close to that fuel window.
As we watch Cameron Hearn come down pit road, we'll see.
And Josh Thaxton chose to stay out. So we'll see if there's anybody else that plans on coming down to pit road soon.
Jump forward to Josh Thaxton and see. Here comes Thaxton. Oh, he blows it. Is he going to get... Oh, I don't know. He might get a penalty. He hit the cone. I'm not sure if that's going to be a penalty or not. We'll watch and see once he stops and see if he has to hold.
And then you also have Andrew Fesden that just came in right behind him. Travis Browder came in, and he's going right back out on the track. Michael Jeans as well. John Flamian just came down pit road.
Looks like Josh Thaxton got very lucky. Somehow he did not get a penalty unless he comes back around and reserves. Now Cameron Hearn, just in that one lap, how close they were. We do know that Thaxton had kind of a bad entry, but he came in pretty hot, so I don't know if it was really that bad. Josh Thaxton is 3.8 seconds back from our leader, Cameron Hearn, right now. Christian Converse having a good pit stop. That will move him into second place, just 1 second behind our leader.
You also have Travis Browder in fourth, Michael Jeans in fifth. But there's definitely a gap in the field because Thaxton is almost 5 seconds behind the leader. So the person that's the closest to the leader right now is Christian Converse in second, and he's about a little over 1.3 seconds behind.
Cameron Hearn out there dominating this race. Josh Thaxton 5 seconds back. We'll see if he can work some magic. Now he closed back in. Cameron Hearn took off, and he closed back in and got relatively close to him. But I don't know if he's going to be able to make up 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would be worried about. The only thing I think that would be in Josh's favor is if somehow that there's a caution. But I mean, they've been running, pretty much green runs the whole time. So I'm not sure, if they'll have some cautions. I mean, that has happened before in this league where they've had a lot of races that have gone green, pretty much with no cautions at all. So it's definitely something to look out for because they've done it in the past.
Well, we are coming up on lap 46 of 100, almost going to be halfway home here at Chicagoland with LSRL. Pretty dominating performance so far by Cameron Hearn. Christian Converse showing his strength as well. Josh Thaxton, an early contender, had a bit of a pit miscue. He has actually fallen back even further. This was kind of, I wouldn't say it's typical, but it was kind of the same story where Hearn kind of pulled away at the beginning of the run, and then Thaxton came back towards the end of the run. So I think it'll probably be a very similar story. Then you got to jump back into the fourth position. You've got Travis Browder still clinging on to the fourth position. Michael Jeans running fifth currently. Peyton Johnson running sixth. Fesden right behind him in seventh. Anthony Giuliano back in eighth. Joseph Murata ninth. Brandon Thornhill 10th. Dylan Gonis is now running 11th. Aaron Hearn up to 12th. Brandon Murray with that damage is back in 13th. And Leonard Frost, the last car on the lead lap. Corey Tuggle 1 lap down in the 162 car. Craig Sassamon is in 16th. Ryan Howell 17th. Craig Goodenough, just good enough, is in 18th, and in 19th position, John Flamion. John Wallum was unable to take the green flag. Back to the front, more of the same as we get ready to cross the halfway point of this race here, coming up in about a half a lap. It's gone quick, I can say that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, these guys have ran completely clean and there have been no cautions. So so that definitely, makes this race a lot faster. But so far everybody's pretty spread out. There hasn't really been much battling for positions. Also, a lot of these cars are kind of broken up due to lap traffic, because you've got Christian Converse in second, with he's about 3 seconds behind, but he also has Craig Samuelson, who is a lap down, that's currently in front of him. And you also have Corey Tuggle that's up there as well. So now they're all starting to get into some lap traffic that's kind of spreading them out a little bit more.
Yep, big changes, so to speak, in the running order right now as we are on lap 51 of 100. We know that they cannot make it to the end. They got to stop one more time. I think that's where there's going to be some desperation, I think, Rachel. If you want to win this race, you're gonna have to pull something out of the old trick book.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I think the last time that they pit, that pit strategy is gonna be, what determines, who's gonna end up to the front and who's gonna end up taking that win. Because obviously, from what we're seeing, if you don't make a good, if you don't have a good pit strategy and you end up towards the back, it's going to take you a long time to get up to the front, and that can pretty much, put you not where you want to be. So
Thaxton starting to come on pretty hard here. He is starting to reel the leader back in. He was about 5.5 seconds back. He's got it down to about 5.1 seconds. As we look at the stats down there on the bar, Grayson, he is now chasing down Christian Converse for that second position. As you can see on the ticker right there, he's just a half a second behind Christian. Be interesting to see if we have someone out there on the YouTube land saying that should have been a penalty on the 12 car for hitting the commit cone. I kind of thought that was going to be the case, but however, it wasn't. So I guess, iRacing does what iRacing does. But Josh Thaxton closing on the bumper of the 91 car. That's probably the closest battle right now. It is indeed the closest battle on the track, as Josh Thaxton goes down below the white line and tries to get a good run on the inside of the 91 car. Going to probably drive around him pretty easily here. I don't think Christian's going to put up much of a fight.
yeah, it doesn't look like it. And yeah, he let Thaxton get around him.
But the man of the hour, man of the race, whatever you want to say, is that 08 of Cameron Hearn, now out in front. Obviously, he lost the lead when he went to the pits, but he has led every lap after the pit cycle has gone through from when he took, started the race, I believe in the second row on the inside. So went from third to first within the first few laps and has led pretty much all the laps since then. There's only been 3 lead changes. Cameron Hearn is a man on a mission to win the race. Now, the second man on a mission right there is the 12 car of Josh Thaxton. He's 4.9 seconds back with almost 60 laps in the book and a pit stop to go. Do you think there's anything that he can do in the pits, Rachel?
I would definitely say yes. Josh Thaxton is known for his pit strategies. That's just something that he's always been good at, and it's always worked to his advantage. So I'm actually looking forward to see what he plans on doing, because he doesn't always do, what everybody else does. A lot of times he throws out something that's completely different from the rest of the field. And it tends to work to his advantage. So I'm definitely wondering what he's going to do later on when we get closer to that pitting mark. Trying to look back through the field, see if there's anybody else that might be closing in on anyone, but it seems like the field's still pretty stretched out for the most part, even going back. You don't really have any battles going on. Everybody's just pretty much taking their time. Now that could probably change towards the end of the race. We might have some people that might start getting more aggressive, trying to get up to the front. But as of right now, everybody's kind of laying back. So
the field is definitely spread out here, and that's usually what creates long green flag races. As we look at the 08 of Cameron Hearn, still leading by 4.7 seconds over that man right there, Josh Thaxton. I got to be honest with you. I just don't think that the 12's got a shot here. He can pretty much do whatever he wants when he goes into the pit, but he needs a fuel. He doesn't need a full fuel run, so he can, take a less fuel, and he could do 2 tires, and that would make up probably about 4 seconds. But I think the 4 tires of Cameron Hearn, especially on the short run, because Josh Thaxton he's proven that he's better on the long run for the most part. But I just don't think that he can close it. He's not even closing it right now. He's 4.9 seconds back. Been pretty consistent for the last few laps, so I just don't really see it.
yeah, I'm starting to think, unless something happens where they, like a caution or something that bunches them back up, it's definitely going to be hard for Thaxton to get up there. I don't know. Cameron Hearn has figured out something that no one else has figured out, because he's just been able to keep that car to the very front pretty much the whole entire race, except for whenever they went through the pit cycle. Other than that, he's been towards the front the whole entire time. Plus, he's lapping a lot of the field, so that also is gonna, that can also slow Thaxton down as well. Being able to catch up to Hearn, because he's going to have to get around some lap traffic to do it.
As we watch Travis Browder making his way around the track here in 4th position. No real pressure coming from Travis moving forward, or from really fallen back. Michael Jean's closest competitor, he's about 2 seconds back. Pretty surprised actually about Michael Jean's running in that position. I would have thought that Michael would have been a little further forward. Maybe this just is not one of his tracks. Everybody does have one of those tracks.
Right. I mean, there are certain tracks that, you know, some people, they just dominate at, and then there's some that they might personally just not like it, or it's just you know, their driving style might not be, you know, it might not adapt to that track. So this possibly could be one of those tracks that, you know, Michael might, you know, them it might not be a track he prefers, or but I mean, I still have to say, you know, for it being, because he didn't race last week in the Daytona race. You know, he stayed pretty consistent throughout the night because he started, you know, in the 7th position and he's currently in 5th, so he's still in the top 5.
And as we were letting Rachel talk there, I had the cameras on Dylan Gonis. He was in the pits. Looks like he might have gotten a tad bit of damage. Got the damage repaired. Maybe he's not. I can't tell for sure, but either an early pit stop and a longer pit stop for Dylan Gonis, or he was having some damage repaired, because that puts him 3 laps down now. He's being scored in 19th place, 3 laps down to the leader. Give some of these other guys some airtime as we look at the 89 car of Craig Goodenough, and he actually just streaked out on my camera there. He came back, which is actually right in front of the leader. Not something that you want to have happen, is somebody to have connection issues when you're the leader, which is happening to Cameron Hearn right now. The 89 does go high for Cameron, so nothing hurt there. Josh Thaxton, bring up the old bar again, has fallen to 5.1 seconds behind. I gotta say, Rachel, maybe Cameron figured something out there, didn't push the car quite as hard.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Cameron probably hasn't been pushing his car very hard. With Thaxton, I'm thinking a lot of that might be tires. Like, his tires might just be completely worn, and he just doesn't have anything for Cameron to get up there to the front.
Well, I would expect pit stops to be happening here relatively soon, as we do see a few cars duck down pit road. One of those cars was Anthony Giuliano. He says, enough is enough. I'm coming in. Give me 4 fresh tires, as well as Joseph Murata. Murata overshoots his pit, has to back up, unfortunately. Those 2 cars on pit road. I don't think it's going to be long as we see another car heading down pit road right now. I think that might have been Brandon Thorn. Nope, that's not Brandon Thornhill. Not sure who it was that just
Michael Jeans is on pit road right now.
All right, Michael Jeans on pit road.
And Aaron Hearn just came in as well.
I'm kind of shocked that neither one of the leaders is on pit road yet.
Right.
I thought that it would be a who's gonna go first type thing. I really did. I thought, you know,
Yeah.
Thaxton might do like a half run, take right side tires and just the rest of the fuel and go. You know, kind of come in early enough where your tires aren't completely worn out and just enough fuel to make it to the end, you know. But Thaxton has not done that. Really no change. It's still basically a 5-second gap between the two.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty much a lot of people that were, you know, that were either a lap down or 2 to 3 laps down. Those are mainly the people that came in on pit road deal. And Michael Jeans was really the only one that was on the lead lap that came down pit road. Of course, him going on pit road put him a lap down, but he was really the only one on the lead lap that had pitted. So I'm thinking that that Cameron Hearn and Josh Thaxton should be coming down soon. Which
Thaxton is on pit road.
right? Thaxton just came down pit road, and Cameron stayed out. And Christian Converse also came down pit road as well. So, and Browder. So it looks like Cameron Hearn is the only one that's on the lead lap that did not come down pit road.
And Cameron Hearn's staying out there on the track. Says I'm good. I got this. Unless somebody does something really drastic here, I would kind of have to say I agree. I'm sure Thaxton took 4 tires. I just don't see him not taking the 4 tires. We'll watch and see if Cameron Hearn comes. He does. As long as he gets on pit road here cleanly, which he seems to do as long as he wasn't speeding, which I don't think he was. We'll watch and see here. From Josh Thaxton's point of view, he's got to go all the way around the track here and catch back up to Cameron Hearn in order for this to be potentially a close race at all. As we watch Cameron Hearn sitting in his box, right side just went down, left sides are up. He's coming out. We'll go back to Josh Thaxton, see where he is. He is just coming out of 4. Cameron Hearn coming off a pit road, or coming around pit road, about to exit turn 2. Thaxton going into 1. Hearn now firmly in front of Thaxton by just a little bit, actually. 3.7 seconds is the gap. And we have cycled through. Cameron Hearn is your leader once again. Josh Thaxton running in second place, 3.9 seconds back. We'll see if that interval increases or decreases. Looking like right now it is increasing.
Right. Right now he's at like 4.1 seconds behind.
Big change in terms of strategy, pitting early, pitting late. I think this one paid off. I'm looking at the 4th place car right now of Michael Jeans. He was 2 seconds behind Travis Browder. He has climbed in front of Travis Browder and is 2 seconds in front of him. So we'll see if pitting early pays off, if Michael Jeans can keep the tires under him and keep Travis Browder behind him, or if the newer tires of Travis Browder will prevail.
Right. I think a lot of this has to do with tires, because with Thaxton, I'm hoping if he can bridge that gap. He definitely has to watch on his tires, make sure he doesn't just overuse them to where he doesn't have anything for Hearn. But from what it's looking like, his gap is actually increasing, because now he's dropped down to 5.1 seconds behind Hearn.
Yep.
So
Will be interesting. We still have 19 laps to go, so anything can happen. The question is, what will happen? Nobody can answer that, obviously, but we're watching Michael Jeans here because I think this is probably going to be, in my opinion, the best battle for position. We'll go through and check more of that out here shortly. Aaron Hearn, Joseph Murata, There's a battle there. The leader is in between the two of them. So this could actually help Joseph Murata when Cameron Hearn goes to get around him. But again, that battle, and here it comes. Travis Browder. I'll tell you what, I don't think Michael Jeans is driving it that hard. I think he's being consistent. Travis is driving the wheels off of it. He wants that fourth place back. Drives to the inside of Michael Jeans. Jeans just lets him go. So we'll see if that was all tires and Travis pushing too hard, or if it was Jeans pitting so much earlier and not being able to hold on to it.
I'm thinking it might be Jeans holding back a little bit. I mean, they still have quite a few laps to go. So, we have about a little under 20 laps to go. So it could have been Jeans just holding back, trying not to burn up his tires. But, be interesting to see when we get closer, especially around, I'd say probably about 5 laps to go, see if, Jeans ends up getting kind of aggressive to get up there, or if it was his tires that, that ends up falling off. So.
All right, 2 developments that we got going on. First of all, right there, on your screen, the number 17 of Anthony Giuliano has fallen 3 laps down. I'm not sure, maybe I don't see a lot of damage. So unless he went for a ride through the infield or something, might have got a penalty during his pit stop, had to come back around. He is now 3 laps down. 27 car of Dylan Gonos has left the pit road, taking it to the hauler. Those two are probably not happy with their evening so far. Not regardless of what happened at Daytona, not a night that you want to have here on a 1.5 miles. I mean, most of the tracks that you go to are 1.5 miles, but Giuliano's still showing that he has speed racing with Brandon Thornhill right now. So I'm thinking it must have been a penalty of some sort.
That's the only thing I could think of. I mean, it doesn't look like he has any damage on his car. So, I don't think he would have been staying in for repairs. So I'm guessing it must have been something to do with, pit road penalty.
Well, that is a shame for Anthony Giuliano. Looked like he had a pretty strong car. We'll go through the field one last time here. We'll start at the front. Got Cameron Hearn out in front, leading Josh Thaxton by 5.933 seconds. Christian Converse sitting in third. He is actually 9 seconds back. Travis Browder driving it hard. He's actually just a couple seconds behind Christian. So if Travis keeps on the tear that he's on, there's a chance. I mean, it's kind of a slight chance, but there is a chance. Looking at their last lap times, Travis was faster by just about 1/10 of a lap. So 2 second difference. He needs to be cutting off about 0.2 a lap, and he could be there. So Travis Browder sitting in 4th. Michael Jeans currently running in the 5th position. Andrew Fessenden running in 6th. Peyton Johnson in the number 15 Kodak car running in the 7th position. Brandon Thornhill slowly and steadily has moved his way up to the 8th position, getting passed by Josh Thaxton right now. Aaron Hearn in the 10th position. Joseph Murata, something changed there. Joseph Murata in the 10th position. Leonard Frost in 11th. Brandon Murray 12th. Craig Sassamon running in the 13th position. Brian Howell 14th. Craig Goodenough running in the 15th position. John Flamion running 16th. Corey Tuggle 17th, and Anthony Giuliano, like we spoke about earlier, running 18th. Dylan Gonis, not on track, will be scored as 19th, and John Woolham will be scored as 20th. Well, it's go time. There's 8 laps to go, and Travis Browder is starting to fall off the pace just a little bit in comparison to the 91 car. So I don't think that we're going to see Travis Browder make it up into the top 3 tonight. Looks like the 91 car probably has a 3rd place sewn up. Josh Thaxton 2nd, and Cameron Hearn probably going to come home with the trophy from tonight's race here at Chicagoland if everything stays as it is now.
Right. I mean, unless there's some, caution that comes out or something like that, then I pretty much see this not changing, at least in the top 3. The only thing that I can see possibly is if Michael Jeans can catch up with Travis Browder.
Yeah, I don't. The gaps are just too big. So,
Right.
I mean, from the leader to the next guy, you've got 6.5 seconds. Then from Thaxton to Converse, it's 4 seconds, and from Converse to Browder, it's 2 seconds. From Browder to Jeans, it's 3 seconds. From Jeans to Fessenden, it's 8 seconds. And Peyton Johnson, who I'm actually focusing on right now, is in danger of going a lap down here shortly with just 5 laps to go to the leader. He's being shown 31 seconds back. I don't actually see anybody changing any position in that top. Let's see, that would be the top 6 cars. We'll say top 6 cars. They are all in the lead lap. Peyton Johnson in dire straits here, possibly about to go a lap down to your leader, Cameron Hearn, who's made this race his race. Definitely not a very interesting race. There was a couple of questions that could have come up. Could somebody do something different on pit strategy, whatnot? Nobody really took a really big swing at it. Not that I would blame them or not blame them for trying, but Cameron Hearn out in front with a commanding 6.4 second lead.
Yeah, I really don't see anything changing as far as the rest of the race. I mean, we're on lap 97 right now, so we only got 3 laps to go. And, I mean, Cameron Hearn has completely dominated this race.
Without question, it'll be interesting if it does stay this way to talk to the top 3 and see what their questions, or see what their answers to our questions are, as we see the number 91 of Christian Converse still bringing the heat there. He's maintaining a good distance between him and Travis Browder, still about a 2-second gap. So with just 2 laps to go, as we cross the stripe with Cameron Hearn, I just don't think anybody's going to make a mistake here on the final lap. As we go down the back stretch one last time with Cameron Hearn, we'll go inside that cockpit, watch him go through 3 and 4, and watch him cross the finish line here, as long as he doesn't hit a wall or do something silly. Coming to the checkered flag is in the air. Cameron Hearn coming across as your winner tonight here at Chicagoland. Josh Thaxton brings it home in 2nd. Christian Converse just crossed in 3rd. Browder 4th. Jeans 5th. Fessenden coming to the flag here for 6th. And those are the cars that finished on the lead lap. We'll get things sorted out here. Get ready for our post-race interviews. All right, looks like Rachel has us prepped and ready for our interviews. We will be well, my camera didn't take, unfortunately. Had a camera set up for that specific shot, but didn't take. We're going to be starting our interviews off tonight with the number 91 car of Christian Converse. Going to bring him up, and we're going to get a quick word in with Christian if he's there. Christian, this is Ron up in the booth. You got a copy?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you. All right, sir, you bring it home in third position tonight. Looked like there was a really good battle going on out there for a while, unfortunately, and we had a broadcast issue where YouTube literally cut us off. We had no problems on the broadcasting side of things, but YouTube cut us off, so we started the broadcast. I think we started the race and then it cut off, and I think we came back with I don't know, 10 or 12, maybe more laps in. Cameron Hurd had jumped out to quite a distinct advantage by then. Talk to us about your night and chasing down those two cars in front of you.
Well, there wasn't much chasing down, but yeah, I mean, they were fast. I thought I had a chance of winning, but Cameron is just way faster, and Josh was too. It's my first time running here, so I learned a lot throughout the race. I was trying to mimic Josh's line, and it kind of helped me actually. But I hit the wall about 20 to go, and it just kind of killed my right side.
Well, I did notice that the 18 car was coming hard. Looked like he may have burned his stuff up because he was closing in on you. But again, I think he might have burned his tires up trying to get to you. So you even still hitting the wall. I didn't feel like there was to be honest, with about probably 15 to go, I kind of looked up and we started talking about, I didn't feel like anything was going to change unless there was some kind of caution out there or somebody made a really silly mistake. So kind of thought everybody finished where we thought they would finish. Did a great job out there tonight. Anybody out there you'd like to give a shout out to or thank or anything like that?
My dad, mom, or anybody really that's out there watching.
All right. Well, man, a few words tonight. Christian Converse, congratulations on a third place finish. Hope to see you next week.
Thank you. See you.
All right. Our second place finisher has left the building, it looks like.
Yes, I can't find him.
Alrighty, not a problem. We're going to go ahead and we're actually going to bring in Travis Browder and see if Travis has got a copy.
Yo, what's up, Ronald Klein?
All right. Well, we had someone drop out of the broadcast interview booth that we had set up. So we're going to talk to you instead. So I'm going to let Katie take it. Fourth place, Katie.
Oh, it's Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
I'm
how you
sorry.
doing?
Wow, you can hit me in the head for that one. Sorry.
How you doing, Rachel?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Right. It's been a while since I've talked to you. So, I mean, tell us about your night.
It was good. The car was tight all night, but we ran pretty well, consistently top 5 most of the night. It was a lot of fun out there, caution free, good race.
Right. I mean, definitely you guys put on such a great race, and obviously, like you said, caution free. So tell me what happened there. I know you and Christian were kind of close, but I noticed you fell off a little bit. Was it your tires or?
Yeah, it was. The right front just went away from me just a little bit there when I got by Josh and Christian early on the first part of the race. And then after that, the right front just, went away from me because of the dirty air and traffic. But, hey, we'll take P4. It was a good run.
All right. Well, no, definitely congratulations on, getting a top 4. And we're going to see you next week.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hopefully I'll make it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, Travis. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
You guys in the booth, Ronald, you and Rachel for the broadcast, Brandon Thornhill for putting this on, all the admins for Lightspeed, and that's it.
Copy that. Good night, sir, and good night.
Thank you, Ron. Thanks, Rachel.
All right, and we're going to bring up our winner, and Rachel will be getting the interview with our winner of tonight's race, Cameron Hearn.
Hi, Cameron. It's Rachel and Ron up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right. Well, congratulations for coming away with that victory. How's it feel?
It feels good. It feels good.
All right. So you pretty much dominated this whole entire race. What do you think you did different that no one else was doing? Because obviously, I think some people need to take some pointers from you because you definitely stayed out there pretty much the whole entire race, except for the pit cycle. But other than that, you just stayed out there to the front the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't use any brake. I just let the car roll through the corners, and I felt like that kind of helped me save some tires. Thaxton was really fast at the end of that first run. He was kind of running me down after I had about a 2-second lead. So after that, I kind of focused on maybe conserving my tires a little bit more at the beginning of the run. And I think that kind of made all the difference. I think he might have had some issues going in the pits too, but he was fast all night. But just being consistent, it's a tricky track to get your car down there right, but if you get it figured out, it kind of hooks bottom and stays there.
So what made you pit later than everybody else? I mean, was that a strategy call or that was just on a whim?
I didn't want, since I was leading the race, I didn't want a caution to come out and kind of influence my race. I felt like some guys would be able to make time up on me if the caution did not come out. But I just didn't want to be in the situation where I'm in the pits, caution comes out, maybe I'm trapped a lap down or tail end of the lead lap and have to fight my way back through the field. So it was just kind of maintaining where I'm at on the track and not letting outside circumstances kind of determine where I finish.
All right. Well, I mean, it definitely came out in your favor. Ron, you got anything?
I really do not. You said, kind of a dominating performance. I'm gonna say it was an absolute dominant performance. No one was able to do what you did. Josh Thaxton did have some pretty decent long run speed on that first run, but I think there was a slight mistake made there, and once that mistake was made, it was just game over from that point. So dominant performance from you tonight. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right. Did you have anybody to thank or sponsors that you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank a lot of graphics sponsoring the series, all the guys, the admins that put on this stuff week in and week out. You guys doing for the broadcast. Bruzy, Raceware for sponsoring me. If you guys need any custom gloves or boots to wear while you're sim racing and even real racing, they can make any color combination you can imagine, and they're very competitively priced for a great product. And I just want to thank my mom and dad for watching me. My wife, her birthday is tomorrow, so won't be racing tomorrow night. We're going out to eat somewhere nice.
All right. Well, definitely hope she has a great birthday and definitely celebrate that with her. And once again, congratulations for being in Victory Lane. And will we see you next week?
Oh yeah, I'll be here every week. Thank you.
All right.
All right, and that's your winner, Cameron Hearn, driving the number 08. That's going to wrap it up here at Chicagoland. I ran the results there up on the page, so we're not going to go through those. You go back to look at those, rewind, whatever. Pretty interesting night of racing here. Rachel, don't forget, after we're done here, you get to beat me over the head with anything that you want. Still can't believe that I said that. Feel bad for saying that, but make sure that
That's
I
all right.
apologize over the air here to everybody. I don't have no idea why I said that, but anyways, pretty interesting race from a racing perspective. Just in the fact that I have not seen that kind of dominance in a long time. The
Yes.
leagues that I've been watching, the leagues that I race in, you just don't see that kind of dominance anymore. And it was really shocking. At the end of the race, Josh Thaxton was 6.4 seconds back. So, I mean, he did a pretty decent job of kind of staying, I guess, as close as he could, but he came out 4 seconds back and lost 2.4 seconds over that last run. So Cameron definitely learned something, and I don't see those kinds of races anymore where there's someone is that dominant. So if anything, tonight was just a show of class, in my opinion.
No, I definitely agree with you. I mean, you normally don't see someone dominate a race like Cameron did. And like I mentioned before, he obviously knows something that the rest of these drivers don't know. When it comes to this car, because he was able to keep it to the front pretty much the whole entire race, except for during the pit cycle. There was only, I believe, 3 lead changes, and that was mainly because of the pit cycle. But after that, I mean, Cameron stayed the leader the whole entire time.
Yep. There was only 3 lead changes the entire night. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here at Chicagoland for the LSRL Xfinity race here tonight. It was a blast as always, Rachel. See you again here next week, same time, same channel. We'll be at a different track. I forgot to look and see where we're at, but make sure you guys hit us up next Wednesday night. Sorry, next Wednesday night here at Extreme Sim TV. Have a great night.